Hello again and welcome back to another one. And today we have a couple of topics to cover from Eminem's daughter Hailie Jade, who released the first episode of the Just a Little Shady podcast that's made headlines so far, and we'll be exploring some early reactions, including some interesting details shared in the first episode. More on this in a bit. We also have more linked to the drama between Game and Eminem, as he revealed yet another release date for his upcoming album that coincidentally drops 1 week after Eminem's Curtain Call 2, and this has sparked some interesting reactions so far. We also have more on the 2005 Curtain Call album that's surprising some hip-hop fans on social media as it continues to do numbers just weeks before the sequel drops. Hits Daily Double recently shared the numbers for the sales week ending 14th of July, and it's 3 weeks left to the sequel, where Curtain Call was the 32nd best-selling album all genres in the United States, and for rap/hip-hop albums, check this out, it was the 8th best-selling of the week in the United States. It's closing in on 500,000 sold in 2022 so far, and this has sparked reactions like, how is no one pointing out the fact that Eminem is still on this list? So while Curtain Call 2 album cover was getting trolled, this was happening, and even the trolls are now having fun with this one. A user states, I don't see Youngboy, to which a user responds, most Youngboy stans weren't even born when Curtain Call dropped. And on this a user expands, Curtain Call from 2005 generational music GOAT emoji. Now in 2021 it topped over 500,000 sold in the United States, and at this rate, in perhaps 3 or 4 years, Curtain Call will be the best-selling rap album of all time in the United States, surpassing both The Eminem Show and MMLP among others. And bear in mind, none of these are double albums. And moving on to the next point, Eminem's daughter Hailie Jade released the first episode of Just a Little Shady podcast, and some details have made headlines already. For instance, the fact that she thought a tour bus was something normal for everyone when she was a kid. The first episode was mostly focused on getting to know the host, especially the co-host Brittany Edley, who's been friends with Hailie since they were little, and the segment made its way to Reddit about an, in quotes, underappreciated memory of something Eminem arranged.
My dad was working on something, and he was working the whole time, but he set up for us to do like the limo and take it to Disney, and we did like the princess tea party, and he had like the dresses waiting for us. We were like both Belle or whatever.
It was so cute.
It was, and even then, like at the time, like we were so happy and like so excited, but we didn't like get to appreciate that moment as much as now when we talk about it and think back on it. We're like, oh my god, that was just like
we need to find
awesome
pictures of that, because I feel like we were like little twins.
And overall, this has sparked reactions like, she's so normal and innocent and seems to be a really good person. Her Michigan accent is adorable, by the way. And speaking on Eminem being brought up, some users are hopeful that fans in general behave. I hope people don't spam her comments with, tell us about your dad, or make it all about Eminem. It's better to let her share them in her own time. Let's be responsible, everyone. I hope too, but if only there was a way to tell millions of people to act rationally and they listen. The fan base is just too huge. And one of the funnier reactions so far, dude, this is the coolest. Feels like I'm catching up with a cousin I grew up with that I never see anymore. Laughing emojis, happy for you. This got a heart from the channel, and it's off to a great start. Over 56,000 views and over 21,000 subs for the first episode in less than 24 hours. Moving on to the next point, after weeks of delays, we now have another release date for Game's upcoming album, dropping the weekend after Eminem drops Curtain Call 2, which is interesting as we've been waiting for that Eminem diss track for months now. Perhaps he was waiting for Eminem to drop first to avoid a clash, as some are wondering how you go from Drake stealing your release date to dropping 2 months later. Laughing my bum off. On this another adds, hopefully it's the actual date this time and it doesn't delay again. And of course, after months of drama, Eminem was also brought up by many. One user expands, if this doesn't have that Eminem diss track his manager was talking about, then they both need to shut the F up already. LOL. And some believe he waited for Eminem to announce first because he's in quotes too scared to release it on the same day as M. Laughing emojis. Some took this further. Scenario: Eminem drops an actual album a week after his greatest hits album, just to outsell Game, He's a Petty Man. And here's a depiction from some. Eminem making a list of everything that rhymed with Jason Terrell Taylor the morning of August 12th. Imagine Eminem moves Curtain Call 2 release to the 12th, since Game claimed he doesn't hear Eminem in locker rooms, the streets, or in clubs. But at this rate, Game would just move the date again. And check this out, worried about M when he should be worrying about actually sticking to a release date. And over on Reddit, some believe if he was really about it, he would have dropped the 5th and went head up against Curtin Cole too. We've been getting a lot of tough talk from him for months, and now he's missed an opportunity to go head to head with a compilation of old hits from Eminem. You'd think he should be confident since he doesn't hear Eminem in locker rooms and ish. But what do you guys think? Anyone expecting this to include the Eminem diss track? Share your thoughts below. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe if you enjoy content like this, and see you on the next one.